are at Dolbadarn. This castle was built by Llywelyn ap Iorwerth, who built it as a fort to guard the Llanberis Pass, and it sits little here as we progress along between two lakes and close to the herding pastures for cattle and sheep, which were so important for his wealth. Behind me is the ruined gatehouse. It isn't much of anything. It's a rock wall with a natural feature of the hill, a regular rock wall behind it. Further on, you'll see that all that is really left is some low walls and a tower.
Yeah, you mean literally like Oxford Cross? Yeah, that is the Welsh flag, one of the very old Welsh.
I'm sitting here on the step again in the tower at Dolbadarn. Was here 2 years ago in the rain. I'll link to the video we put up then about the brothers Gwynedd, because the history here of what happened in this tower is very interesting, and I'll just say that Llywelyn ap Gruffydd's brother was imprisoned here for the majority of his life for rebelling against Llywelyn. A little bit about the castle. These walls are mortared. This is a pretty solid tower. It has received almost no attention in many years. There's a fellow out there that Dan will film who's taking the mortar out of the walls because at some point, probably 50 years ago, they mortared it to keep the stones together, which, well-intentioned, but was kind of disfiguring. And they're being very carefully chipping it out again. So the tower had mortar in it. The walls outside, the surrounding walls, are dry mortar, meaning the rocks were literally just placed there and stayed there, sheer weight or because they were fitted so well together. And the fellow outside, he's a dry stonemason, about 20 years old, loving his job. He works for Cadw, which is the Welsh historical society that preserves these castles. And he thinks it's pretty sad how little attention Dolbadarn has gotten over the years, especially recently. And I would agree, but it is a wonderfully it's wonderful in the way that it's deserted. It makes it easier in a way to imagine what it was like when it was inhabited 700 years ago.